We are Wehicle, and Wehicle is this small device paired with a mobile application. This device plugs in the onboard diagnostics port of any car that's been made since 1996. And what's unique about our device is it has mobile data built into it. So this means that a vehicle owner can access all their car's useful information from anywhere. I want to be clear about this. This is a very unique feature of Wehicle. We have mobile data built in. So even if the current driver of your car doesn't even have a phone, Wehicle is still working. I want you to meet Heather. Heather owns a catering company, and she just ordered Wehicle for her fleet of vans. When she gets her devices, Heather can install them in each one of her vans in just seconds. Let's take a look. Done. And now, when Heather opens her Wehicle app, she can see that all of her fleet's information is already available to her. All she has to do now is add some driving profiles for her employees. So she'll go into user profiles and then go into drivers to add a new driver. So she's gonna add her new employee, Rob. She just enters Rob's name, his email address, and she's good to go. And Wehicle has sent an email over to Rob so he can download and use the driver's side of the app, even though it isn't required. And now that Heather has her employees added, Wehicle is ready to make her job a whole lot easier. So today, Heather has 4 vans that are going to 4 different job locations. When she's on her home screen, Heather can see all of her employees' progress right here on one map. When she scrolls down, Wehicle is even keeping a tally of all the gas costs that are incurred during the day's food runs. And Heather also has the option of setting customized alerts for any of the vehicles in her fleet. Let's say you add one for van number 2. Go into van number 2 and tap on alerts at the bottom. Go into alert settings, and she can set a new trigger. Heather wants to make sure that her employees are getting to the job location on time, but she also wants to make sure that they're driving safe while doing so. So she'll set a speed threshold alert. Let's set it at 80 miles an hour, give them a little bit of leeway on the freeway. And she's done there. And now Heather will add her proximity alert for the day's job location. You go in, and a map will appear, and she can choose the location of the job right there on the map, and then she can adjust the radius of the trigger zone so she can be alerted and save that trigger. Now she goes back to her alerts, and any new alerts that appear will appear right here for record keeping. Oh, and an employee just got caught 98 miles an hour. That's a pretty heavy foot. Okay, so let's fast forward a couple months. Heather's been leasing all of these vans, so she wants to make sure the mileage among her fleet is staying pretty even. So she'll go into Wehicle reports. And at first glance, over the past 30 days, van number 3 has been doing a considerable amount of driving, almost 46%. Now if you get a broader scope, 90 days, looks like van number 1 is still leading with about 35% of the driving. Now this is all actionable data, so Heather can look at this and choose to put van number 1 on the back burner for a couple days or weeks. Wehicle lets Heather also stay on top of repairs for her fleet, so she can catch those small mechanical errors before they become larger and more costly issues. At the bottom of her home screen, she can see any error codes that appear on any of the vehicles in her fleet. So she can tap that to get a better description. We see van number 1 at the top. Let's get a full diagnosis. Now this is very valuable to a mechanic, and having this early diagnosis is going to save Heather around $80 every time she takes any vehicle to the shop. Wehicle offers a versatility that allows it to be beneficial at any scale, whether it's a fleet of 10 or a family that's sharing a couple cars, or even the individual car owner that wants to get more value out of their vehicle. Wehicle gives them the absolute perfect tool to be effortlessly connected to their car at all times. So by now, I hope you guys are dying to get your hands on one. And we're proud to announce that Wehicle is going to be launching on Ramen's fundraising platform, so we can connect with our customers and get feedback. Also, we have a whole list of exclusive offers we'll be giving to our early adopters on Ramen, such as 2 lifetime subscriptions for $230. Go check us out on Ramen. We are Wehicle. Thank you for your time.
Okay, well done. David, what do you think? Or Stuart? Yeah.
So when I look at the obvious comparison is other OBD port companies like Dash and Automatic, and you seem to be going after the small fleet / family side market. I'm not as familiar with the small fleet market. What's the sort of the addressable market there?
So total addressable market, there's 250 million cars that are on the road in the US. We're taking this approach because we think this is a great way to actually get started. These are the people that are dealing with multiple vehicles and multiple drivers, which plays a very large part into our next strategy with this network-connected device.
Okay. And I would actually like to drill down a little bit on the network-connected device, too. How are you connecting to the network? It's an embedded comm capability in the...
Yeah, so it's basically built into the device is a mobile data connection to like a cellular data, like 2G, for example. So that basically transmits all the data. So your driver does not even have to have a phone on them. All that information is going straight up to our servers. And then we basically parse that and then present that in a mobile application wherever the owner is.
Okay, is there a way to resolve who's actually driving, or you can only resolve at the vehicle level?
We have a number of ways of doing it for now. We try and do like a best guess, and then we kind of waterfall down saying, okay, if we're not 100% sure, then last case scenario, we end up asking the owner who's driving your car right now.
So Dave really wanted to know if you're using the Verizon network, but so I get that it's direct from the vehicle for fleet management. So go the other direction from what Dave was asking, and I think there's a company called On Road that was has been doing fleet management by installing devices in trucks and stuff like that. Is that a competitor? What are the other competitors on the upside?
There's a number of competitors. The biggest difference is generally they're stuck in this old mindset of if you go to their website, you're going to request a quote, and you're going to be paying a few $100s just to get any device up and running. Our approach is a very much lower cost. We're looking long-term at about $9 a month, no upfront cost, and we think that, again, plays very well into our next strategy.
So what are you going to pay me to get my Automatic out of my car?
You're eventually just going to take it out because it's not working well enough for you. Automatic is great. Automatic, Dash, all these guys, they have Bluetooth connections, which is really the biggest difference. They plug in, and it's this really, this wealth of data. We're more focused when you're not actually in your car.
You can
How
say
do you
that you did
reconcile
not pay
your-
me for that because Automatic's up next. But.
How do you reconcile your pricing model, though, the $230 for a lifetime subscription, with the fact that you have a cellular connection that you're going to be paying for? You have also the cost of the device.
So these are a number, we're launching on Ramen, and so they're this awesome crowdfunding platform for software development projects. Basically, to entice these early adopters and get great feedback, we're offering a great discount of, look, you're not going to continue paying this ongoing cost. The most valuable thing for us from them is going to be
Well, I think what he's asking is, are you going to lose money on that deal?
We will lose money over, it takes us a few years to start losing money on these initial ones, but with the subscription model, we plan on making a lot of money.
Great. All right, let's hear it for Wehicle. Well
Thank you.
done.